Namaste. Welcome to Let Your Light Shine members. We actually are so thrilled. We have a number of new members this month. So I'm going to be offering new information and a little bit of a review for those of you that are joining us for the first time. These are your Ayurvedic tips for March of 2015. And those of you that are familiar with Ayurveda have heard that the Ayurvedic system is based on three primordial energies that in Sanskrit we call Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And they relate primarily to the elements of air, fire, water, and earth. And these elements govern everything about our lives, our individual constitutions, the times of day, and what we're here to talk about today primarily, which are the seasons. So we are still in Kapha season. Kapha is the season that includes late winter and early spring. So this is the third month that we're chatting about Kapha. And so I have, as I said, some new information as well as a little bit of a review. So what I want to share with you today is that in the Ayurvedic system, when we look at our food choices, our optimal nutrition for our constitutional types and for the seasons, we actually look at the energetics of the tastes and the qualities of foods. And there are 6 different tastes and 6 different qualities. The tastes are sweet, sour, salty, pungent, which is spicy, bitter, and astringent. And the qualities are, they come in pairs. They're hot, cold, dry, moist, and heavy and light. So with that kind of context, what I want to share with you today is that the tastes that are most balancing for Kapha are pungent, bitter, and astringent. Pungent is the spicy stuff. And this really is the time of year to enjoy hot spices if you enjoy them, because hot and spicy is very balancing to the cold, damp, heavier qualities of Kapha. So this is the time of year to really enjoy your hot spices if you enjoy them. And bitter and astringent, the bitter taste is mostly found in greens, and it's very cleansing and has a light quality. And astringent has a drying quality. We're going to be working with those tastes for the next few months, actually, because in the spring we're going to move into Pitta season, which will be getting warmer. We won't be emphasizing the spices as much, but we're going to be sticking with bitter and astringent, and I'll have more to say about that next month. In terms of the qualities of the cold-hot, we want to go for hot, obviously. Here in South Florida, it's even been quite chilly this winter and this past month, and the rest of the country, I think we all know, has been frigid temperatures, so definitely we want hot warming food. Of the pair of light and heavy, we want lighter stuff because this is kind of a heavy, sluggish time of year that people, frankly, have more of a tendency to put on weight. And of the dry moist, we want to go in the direction of dry because Kapha season is fairly damp. So I'd like to offer some examples, and I will be offering you some recipes that you'll find on the website. But an example of food that is drying would be, for example, rice cakes as compared to cooked rice. Bread that's toasted. Anytime you toast and heat anything, it makes it drier and more balancing for Kapha. So those are really good things to recall at this time of year. And there are lots of lifestyle practices and activities that are also balancing for Kapha that go along with these qualities. And one of them would be the really wonderful practice of dry brushing or skin that actually keeps things stimulated and moving. Very balancing for Kapha. I know I've mentioned before saunas. If you have access to a regular or even better an infrared sauna, having access to that dry heat is very balancing, and you'll find, of course, if you have any Kapha type of ailments this time of year, any respiratory issues or mucus, lots of people get that kind of stuff in the wintertime. That dry heat of the sauna is really balancing and lovely. There's something else that I haven't mentioned before that I'm really happy to share with you today, and that is that Kapha is often associated with kind of a heavy depression. There's different types of depression. Bipolar would be Vata. We'll talk about that another time of year. But Kapha type depression is like that heaviness, kind of dark. And in Ayurveda, we recognize that what is called in the West seasonal affective disorder. Sometimes people get depressed in the winter when they don't have access to as much light. The Ayurvedic remedy for that is actually to gaze at a candle flame at sunset and that actually resets the optic nerve and brings literally more light into our experience. So I think that's always a good thing, whether it's winter time or not. Candlelight is so soothing and so beautiful, and now you know that it has a beautiful therapeutic benefit. That when we gaze at a candle flame, it actually brings more light into our perception and our experience. And we'll be speaking about that more next month, coming into a lighter time of year after the clocks change, and we'll be probably moving into a season of foods where we'll be starting to do some detoxification for the spring and paying more attention to our liver. So enjoy the month, enjoy the rest of your winter. We'll be looking forward to next month, and enjoy the recipes. Namaste.